Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Here's a couple examples. How boxing could be weird if we say it in a nice way. But it's actually double damn standards. And it's really, BTBG. What we like to say here. It is what it is. If you look clearly, you'll just see what it is. Here's an example. Something that's probably going under the radar for people right now. Right now, we're complaining about this brotherhood in boxing. Hey, two dudes that come up with each other and they're real good friends, consider themselves brothers and stuff like that. They say, we ain't gonna fight against each other. It's enough people out here to fight. Maybe we get to it after we cleaned up everything. And we ain't fighting against each other, right? Now, we got two fighters, ain't even in the same division right now. But they ain't gonna fight each other, right? Or they look like this. They weren't in the same division. They're in or around, and they're not gonna fight. And everybody's kind of complaining about it. And that's Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur just had a good showing, man, a real good showing against Teofimo Lopez. And Keyshawn had a real good showing against Jermaine Ortiz, who I didn't think he was going to beat. Now, I don't like to talk Keyshawn much, right? You got to do something. Before that fight, his last fight coming in that much heavier for a fight, let's see what his discipline say going forward. But, Keyshawn's a good fighter and all that. Let me just see. I ain't going to be talking about Keyshawn Davis like I'll talk about Shakur Stevenson, who's a 4-division champion and been doing it for a minute. Keyshawn's talented. We know what he could possibly do. I didn't like his energy towards Andy Cruz either, to be honest with you. I just didn't like that energy. A dude that beat you 3 or 4 times earlier in your career, you probably should be wanting to go get him. Not be happy that somebody else beat him. You know what I mean? But that's another story. So, let's see what Keyshawn going to do. But he's obviously a good fighter. People in the know, even more so than I am, will tell you that he's a great fighter. So I'm not going to go against everybody. I'm looking at him too. Anybody ain't beating no Jermaine Ortiz. All them other people didn't. Lomachenko didn't. Teofimo Lopez didn't, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So Jermaine Ortiz is good. He beat him, period. He beat Jermaine Ortiz better than I've seen anybody else do it. So he's good, period. But him and Shakur Stevenson, they cool. So they ain't gonna fight. Not yet. Maybe 5 years down the line after we cleared up everybody. I don't think I have no problem with that. But the boxing world does. Now, but what the boxing world didn't have a problem with is a dude that come from a country and says, I ain't fighting this whole country. I ain't fighting them in this whole country. And we knew what the translation meant. I ain't fighting these 2 hard dudes from that country. That's what the translation meant. You understand what I'm saying? So that was Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing, right? He just came out because David Benavidez was there and said, I ain't fighting no Mexicans. And what he meant was, I ain't fighting David Benavidez or Gilberto Ramirez at the time. Those were the reasons. And then here's the thing. Boxing world didn't have nothing against it. And then he went on to fight Munguia. You see what I'm saying? And he had fought Mexicans prior to that as well. You see what I'm saying? So it was just like that. The boxing world didn't have anything to say about that. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, leave these 2 brothers alone if they ain't going to fight right now. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson, there's enough people around the 140, 147, 135 division for them not to fight each other yet. When everything's cleaned up, and it ain't going to be because some good people around them divisions, except for a welterweight. Other than that, them 135, 140, there's enough stuff popping off there for some stuff to go down. And if these people, there's 140 pounders that's a little young, going to be 147 pounders within a minute anyway. So that's good. But my point is, stop being hypocrites. If 2 dudes just don't want to fight because they've been knowing each other since kids, let them go head on. Especially if you're going to accept Canelo Alvarez saying that he ain't fighting the whole damn nation, and we knew that was a lie. It was just simply, I ain't fighting Benavidez. That was a glorified way to say it. And y'all know that. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. I got things to do. I'm up out of here.